good evening, and hello everybody to another Friday cast. This time I do have a league game between, well, two league games actually, between Klaas and Murto the Ray. These are of the last round of the Masters Division, so we definitely are curious to that, because currently Murto the Ray is looking to catch up with 5 aces for the first position, and for that to work he's going to have to win both of these games versus Klaas. So you see here we have Klaas' home match, or host game rather, right here on Overlord, and then we later have Murto's home host game on singles. So let's go ahead and watch the first one, see how it goes.
Battle control initial.
First is Overlord. I'm curious to see why Klaas chose this map. It's in general it favors the active player, because as you can see the map is necessarily the biggest, but still it allows for some very cunning strategies and tactics. So let's see how they make this work. Of course is Murto playing as Russia, which is his faction pick for this season. Of course we're going to start up with a dog and work straight up to Klaas right here, playing as Germany. So Klaas is going to open with a refinery first. Oh, that was kind of funny. What Murto looked to be trying there is place that dog right in the path of that ore refinery, so Klaas would be forced to displace his ore refinery to a worse position. So that's a little unfortunate by Murto. He generally gets that out in the right position if the opponent go for barracks first. But regardless, here's the barracks of Klaas. It's going to immediately spread out quite a few infantry to maintain map control, or at least have some spotters to get control of the map. But Murto, he generally don't push out on the map anytime early. He's going to go for a more late time or late game strategy, I presume. You can see Klaas shooting up those barrels to maybe not get caught in them himself. So as you can see, a couple of infantry out there. Ooh, rocket soldiers early for Klaas. That's interesting. That tells me he is definitely trying to go for some early shenanigans against Murto. Now this is very risky. If it's going to work, then Murto, for one, he cannot have a defensive structure ready, or else this attack will just stop right in the tracks. And as you can see, a armored personal vehicle is coming here straight up to scout this. He's gonna see this right away. Oh, are you kidding me? He's just run straight over a couple of those rocket soldiers, and here you can see that triggers Klaas into going for the full attack. Murto still doesn't produce the freaking flame tower. Klaas is all in on this. He even has his ore truck with him, so expect something to go down. Where's the APC? Where is the APC? Did Murto lose the APC? Okay, so here comes the attack. It's going to take down the power. Murto is producing wired fences. This is terrible. Okay, here comes the ore trucks. They're going to make quick work of these stationary infantry. Takes down the power. Not that big of a deal. It's going for the construction yard now, but Murto, yeah, he's going to be able to stop this with his own infantry, no problem. So, well, at least Murto had to pull off 3 of his ore trucks for some time. Now, is that enough to allow Klaas to kind of come back from this? He has 2 ore trucks. Well, 3. He has 3 ore trucks. One coming down back home to yeah, to try to salvage the situation. Now, Klaas is going to take the risk and expand right away, because this, of course, did not work. However, that might have put Murto off his game. He's seen Aqua use that one. Oh, okay. This is definitely a recognized strategy where you bring your ore harvesters with him. Again, Murto's going to have to pull off his ore harvesters to try to fend off this attack. Will he lose an ore truck? Oh, okay. No, it's not going to lose anything this time around. And a flame tower is about to get ready. But still, Murto is down to, Murto still has his, his 5 ore trucks now. And, but Klaas has, oh Jesus. Behind this, Klaas is just producing harvesters, so this infantry kind of harassment has worked against Murto. Normally you see, it's 6 harvesters. Normally you see players kind of, the professional players, I should say, can take these kind of engagements easily. Murto, he never built that or ready up a flame tower. I guess, nobody's really trying to rush Murto because it should not work. But Klaas is just not afraid to attempt this against Murto, and it's it didn't pay off as he intended, but still it put Murto off his game to such a degree that Klaas does have the chance to sort of come back. Light tanks coming in. This will have no effect other than to scout. It's going to lose both tanks or light tanks without doing any significant damage. But despite, Klaas does have his expansion up, and if Murto does not take this advantage to maybe attack these buildings which are much out in the open, might see Klaas coming back at this. Tesla coil now. Alright, why not? But, yeah, see, Murto is still kind of distracted from this attack. It's kind of funny to see. And at the same time, Klaas is just bunkering up his expansion. He keeps on the pressure with light tanks. At this point, though, it's not going to do much. Well, might try to focus down the damaged ore truck, though, which would be nice. But there's a Tesla coil there with a significant range. That shouldn't really do anything. And Klaas is actually pressuring on the other side as well, taking down an ore truck. Okay. So, yeah. Still does the pressure up. It remains to be seen. I was going to say I saw Murto producing that second MCV, so he might be ahead. But here's Klaas' second MCV. He's going to be able to protect his war factory, which is really very important. And I guess push forward here. There aren't that much ore for Klaas here anymore, but there are 2 ore mines here, which of course he's going to need throughout the game regardless. So let's see. Murto has to repair his ore trucks now. And yeah, look at this. Klaas is just bunkering up his positions with defensive structures now. So it remains to be seen what's the next stage of Klaas. I'm hoping he's not going to build any more light tanks because they have their use, but for now, not too much. Murto has been able to produce a very significant infantry army with his APCs, so out on the field Murto is going to do very well, especially considering Klaas doesn't really have an army at all. And still taking up to a helipad, which I'm kind of worried about. He's producing artillery at least, so, but he can't really push that much forward. But he can actually reach the flame tower with that artillery. So that's going to be a little bit annoying for Murto, although it's not really a threat at this stage of the game. Let's see, Murto, not going for the Radodome as of yet. So I'm kind of curious to see how he's going to deal with the more high-tech push of Klaas. Going to bring it behind. Murto could definitely do some heavy damage with what it's got right now, even though we do have quite a few pillboxes in the main base. Murto could still do damage. Here's an APC full of, I would guess it's flamethrowers. and they're gonna melt this radar right away with no issue. Maybe the service depot as well. You shouldn't be able to, but unfortunately the rifle infantry, they focused down the APC and therefore could not take down the flamethrowers quick enough. Lost both the helipad, the service depot and the radar dome. That's a big blow for Klaas. Now at the same time, Murto probably will start thinking about taking up to the radar dome at this point. But let's see. Ooh, that artillery went into the... probably was going into the fog of war and then got lost, unfortunately. These... Flakfoot. Oh god, no. Klaas is unfortunately losing too much in this this push here. I'm not sure if he intended to push Murto that hard as he did. Now you see the radar dome is built right up there. The reason for that, if you look at Murto's view range, is pretty huge. I mean, it's a little bit risky building that radar dome there, especially when the enemy has artillery, but it's going to pay off if Murto can keep pushing forward. Currently, only one artillery for Klaas. This doesn't look well for Klaas at all. Might also lose that. No. Not at all. Klaas certainly isn't out of this yet. He does have a very decent income, but he's going to have his production up much more than he currently has. He's investing heavily in the Heinz without an away. Right. Well, okay. Light tanks. Yeah, he doesn't have a service depot. Yeah. So Klaas is not going to push much forward. I can tell you that. Meanwhile, Murto, he looks solid with his infantry army, and here comes a push up to the expansion of Klaas. There are quite a few pillboxes here, and if Klaas diverts his attention to up there, he should be able to stop this. But he seems preoccupied. Well, he seems preoccupied down to the main base, and there's not really much for him overall. So. Well, this refinery could quickly go down. Well, Murto doesn't really want to go into the range of the pillboxes, understandably. Klaas instead is going to base push this main front. The problem, there isn't that much stuff for Klaas to push with. Instead, Murto is the one who's going to push forward with his Tesla, with the backing of the Tesla coil. It's going to easily take down all the assets of Klaas. The light tanks get some good crushers, but they will be just taken off in a second here. And he's pushing in the north with the heavy tanks first, so it's going to easily take down whatever the defense structure is left there. So it looks to me like there's just too much stuff for Murto right now. He doesn't seem to be doesn't seem like he's going to lose any position on the map whatsoever. He's even pulling up an MCV to claim this expansion of Klaas, and after that, Klaas is very limited for Klaas as to what he can do next. He does have a couple of artillery, excuse me. Ooh, there's no anti-air for Klaas. This artillery is going to have to do God's work here in order for him to come back, I feel. He should maybe produce himself another refinery up here. He's going to have to deal with the MCV still. Excuse me. Not entirely well. Yeah, Klaas is going to have to win all the engagements that is, but he doesn't have anything left besides defensive structures and artillery. So no, I don't expect this to happen for Klaas, unfortunately. MCV of Klaas is pulling back. He's definitely going to lose the radar dome in not too long of a time. The artillery tries to do something, but without anti-air, they're just going to be picked off by the axe. Well, there's one anti-air there, but this artillery is going to have to do much more damage quicker. Oh, you know what? He pushes him back. So that means, you know, Murto can just pull into another position, I guess. Are you kidding me? The artillery. I'm not sure if that's. I don't think that was actually intentional for the artillery to be all the way down there. Okay, here's Murto put down here. Plus going to push back. It's going to lose that refinery. Yeah. So The only real ore patch for Klaas at this moment is this right here, which isn't much to brag about. I don't expect the game to be much longer, and I can actually cheat and look at the timer. It says that this game is getting to an end. Yeah. Yep. You don't see the. Don't have to see the shock troopers come out from Murto for him to win the games. Some nice positioning of the artillery, but a couple of ore trucks are lost, and they'll never come back. Okay, yeah, Klaas is just expanding to the top right, but that's just never going to happen. Nope. Nope, sorry Bob. Let's have a look at the entire field. Yeah, Klaas should know that this game is over by now. Here comes the flanks, and take out the helipad and the war factory for Klaas, no more artillery. Even blocking the entrance with the heavy tank. No, the turret's not going to do much here. And on goes the testicle push. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first game. That was the host match of Klaas. So, unfortunately for him, there's the GG. He did not profit from that map pick. But, you know, good solid game from Murto. Managed to hold back the initial push and, yeah, basically make the game his. So, good game. So that's the first one of the two. I will see you in the next game. Alright, game number 2 of round 11 in the Masters Division of the first season of Red Alert Global League. This is Murto the Ray's home map, or host map. I always confuse the words there. It's on singles. Let's have a look. Now this map is picked by Murto. Murto is very good at this map, but you know, it's still not his favorite map, but he feels very confident on this map, especially with you know, you can easily capture the middle ore with having like a fortified position and work yourself from there. Murto the Ray is a self-proclaimed reactionary player, in which it means he is a macro player, and he just looking for a special opportunity to damage the opponent, but in general tries to just out macro the player in the long run. So here comes the dog. Yeah, they have a discussion about the map. So oh, and also Overlord is Murto's least favorite map. Yeah, he has said this before, that could also be the reason why Klaas chose that map in particular for his host game. So, but let's see how Klaas is doing on this map. Klaas has been playing this map for a very long time, so I would expect him to do well here. Now they are playing with shouts on, but I'm still surprised to see that his ore refinery is not right next to the ore patch, the ore field there. So that's kind of curious. Also, none of these players are choosing to go towards the middle. A very popular move on this map is just move immediately to the middle and try to harvest as much of this middle ore as possible, so that in the late game you will have more ore for your own side of the map. But regardless, Klaas is going for he's going for a war factory first, and is going to continue with a second ore refinery here. This is very greedy by Klaas. Getting that ranger out, so he's going to be able to scout easily. Murto is producing a Tesla coil? That's kind of curious. Now he's going to have to need a third power plant if he's going to have that working for him. And he might kill off that ranger that's going to come in eventually if he wants to, but I would be surprised to see him place down the Tesla coil just to kill off the scout ranger. I'm curious, is there a... Okay, this is probably barracks, but what Klaas could easily do is produce a third ore refinery down here just to get this his early economy blooming. And then maybe move towards the middle. Here's the APC scout for Murto. It's going to go straight to base of Klaas. And Murto has taken both his ore fields now, but still it's 3 harvesters to 4. So Klaas has taken the edge here just a little bit, I would say. Also because of the Tesla coil, believe it or not, but also because Klaas just skipped the barracks right from the start and decided to just, you know, get completely greedy. Now, who's going to be the first one to move to the middle? That's my curious question. I guess Murto built that Tesla coil because of the previous game. You know, Klaas tried to just rush Murto that just straight out. But in this map, the distance is a little longer for you to actually do that kind of thing. The infantry does certainly take a while to move there, and Murto did also build a dog to scout, so he should have seen that, you know, with that early war factory out, Klaas wasn't planning on any shenanigans whatsoever. Okay, Klaas is not afraid to place down those pillboxes. Pretty sure it's going to get another pillbox there, and there's the MCV, which is going to it's going to go to the middle for sure. Now the APC sees this and will probably just follow the MCV and disallow it to actually set up. What you can do, if there's no danger to it, you can just stationary the APC right next to the APC and deny it to be deployed. Service depot for Murto as well, both going for service depot. Yeah, okay, medium tank play from Klaas. Alright, well, since nobody is really going for the middle, well, except right now they are, a medium tank army is viable. What? Really? Okay, Murto is... Okay, he's gonna move back. If Klaas keeps up this push and rally points all his units over to Murto, he could actually find a spot to attack from. There is the Tesla coil. It's going to take down the medium tank, but there's a couple of rocket soldiers. He's going to lose that Tesla coil right away. Yeah, and yeah, it's just moving back his MCV now. Murto is not going to be able to take that middle anytime soon. Does have his own infantry and keeps producing infantry, so it's going to stop this without much of a problem, I would guess. One medium tank is kind of stationary. That's unfortunate. Klaas can just pull in whatever he needs here to put on some pressure. Okay, there's the MCV now for Murto. It's going to go for the southern point now, and Klaas is kind of not too willing to put this MCV in front. You know, after a while you want this MCV a little bit closer. So as you harvest the areas, you're going to be able to build closer and closer. Okay, Klaas currently is up against... Does he see the other MCV as well? He only sees the MCV right there. Okay, there's the Tesla coil, so this MCV should be fine. Now, that was the third MCV from Murto. Wow! Okay, well, his strategy is certainly... Right now it's inevitable that Murto is not going to be pushed through. Especially now, you know, Klaas could get through the lever side with the MCV down up there, but now it's kind of too late. Murto has grabbed his side of the ore field, and now it's now begins the good old game of who can base crawl the better or the best. A gun is already up. Murto's going to use this yak for most of the scouting. To be able to take map control. Not map control. It's going to be very aware of what Klaas is doing, though. He doesn't know about Klaas. Well, this is the A gun, so he should know about the radar gun. But he's going to see if he's going for a naval yard, for example. Now, the naval yard here for Klaas would be a fantastic move, especially considering how much of Murto's assets are close to the ocean tiles. Well, there's 2 Tesla coils, but still, Klaas might consider going for the destroyers in the mid game. Here's a push by Murto. Actually, it's going to be taking out quite a bit of Klaas. Klaas assets there. That's really unfortunate for Klaas. You know, you don't really need a huge army in the middle here, but you need something to, at minimum, to hold off whatever's going on. Okay, mechanics of Klaas is going to possibly try to capture some of Murto's tanks, maybe. That's my guess. Murto is preemptively building the sub pen. That's a good idea. You don't want destroyers to come around and start to eat up your assets here. So likely we're going to see a couple of submarines just being placed around for scouting. There's the shipyard for Klaas. Yeah, okay, so there you go. So what it looks like Murto was just building the sub pen and was waiting for the shipyard to come out before he started production of the submarines. The sub pen, excuse me, isn't that costly. I think it's cost like 800, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 1,000. But you don't really have to build the sub pens until you see the enemy starts to produce destroyers. Klaas is very, very late with his artillery. And what Murto is doing, he's just suiciding into this artillery. He is starting to produce shock troopers. He of course has taken up to both the tech center and the Iron Curtain. And yeah, what Klaas really needs is of course to have a good siege against Murto. But Murto now has kind of the upper hand with the Iron Curtain and his shock troopers. It appears to me that, you know, if you want to, on this map, especially as allies, you know, the quicker you can get into this position with the artillery, the better. And of course, you want Heinz as well. I don't think Klaas has built Heinz yet, so you can see here why Murto is very, very anxious to play singles as a game that he's going to win regardless, because he knows how to play these positions. Once the Iron Curtain is up, he will Iron Curtain his his flak trucks and possibly a couple of Tesla tanks. Will just pick off the artillery and just going to move in with the blob that he has here. Klaas does have some camo pillboxes and such, but with all these shock troopers coming out, they're just gonna melt through everything once the artillery is out. Where are the additional artillery? Okay, so Klaas needs to rally point his war factory. It feels like that's a necessity for any game, to be honest. But it's going to stay back home there. This MCV is probably looking to place himself to this position right there. Maybe he thought about moving his MCV in behind the enemy lines. Here comes the push I'm talking about. Okay, he's going to go for the artillery first. Bye bye, there's one more. And it's going down, and look at this now. See, all of the infantry and tanks are attacking the Iron Curtain, the Black Orcs. And meanwhile, Murto is in position and it's going to kill off everything. And by everything, I mean absolutely everything. There's even camo pillboxes can't really stop this at this point. There we go. Well, there are actually 4 artillery stationary from behind there. They could actually kill off this entire blob. But the major point is that Klaas has been pushed off the middle. Oh god, he took down 3 of the artillery before the act crash. Yeah, Klaas, as you can see here. Ouch. He doesn't really have any form of map control anymore. He doesn't have any control in the middle. This single destroyer is not going to change the course of this game. The Murto is just moving all the way to the back. He's going to counter 1 camo pillbox, and after that it's just yeah, well, there's a couple of artillery there as well, but it's going to be able to kill off this ore refinery if it just moves quick. Nice hit though. And in the back lines, Murto is just keeping up his production. There's the missile silo, and I guess these Yaks are looking for valuable targets. Maybe like they could take down the tech center, but there's not even the tech center here. Klaas doesn't have the tech center, right? So the next wave of fire of Murto is just gonna just keep sweeping through. I gotta drink some water. 1 second, guys. Alright. Oh yeah. So, you know, unless something drastically happens, Murto's going to take his 2 points, which he desperately needed if he's thinking about taking the first place in the Masters Division and topple down 5 aces. 5 aces, by the way, who has a match against Medium Tank, which has been delayed. And who was the second one? I don't remember at this moment, but you know, the league could turn around. Although, you know, nothing is certain. Ooh. That's lovely, Axe lost. Yeah, Klaas is kind of just stalling. And the forces of Murto is just going to roll in, and then finally we're going to have a nuke coming in to finish this off. If this game is not over within 5 minutes, I suspect it will. Klaas will definitely not stay in with the last building, last man standing. Why are there 3 engineers in the middle of his base? I wonder if these are kind of was part of a plan that was abandoned some time ago. Nice power drop in the back of Klaas base actually. It's going to be a slight distraction while this push is moving on. Alright, Murto is kind of tired of all these artilleries, which are currently non-existent, but he's going to bring it with him in this MCV and just do the final push, probably with Tesla coils. He's going to push up here or down here. He does see the base down here, so yeah, it's just going to base push to the bottom here. And once that base push has started, that's when the game is officially over, in my opinion. Well, let's see though. Let us see. Let us see what's going to happen. Crank curtain on the Tesla tanks and flak trucks. Although it doesn't even need that. Tesla coil taking down the A gun, so the single yak can move in, and it's got a little bit more. And he's hunting for the only single artillery that is left in this game. Well, here's the second one, so I'm just gonna have to keep my words there. And now starts the melting. There's the GG. Alright. Yeah. Murto, the Ray, takes 2 points on this round. Yeah, as expected, as the favorite, but also as a map favorite. Murto just seems to be the strongest player on this map. He also says he's going to post replays, which is the reason why I'm casting these games, instead of getting all these awesome replays. Oh yeah, so good game. Looking forward to the other matches in the league to see the rest of the, how Murto and Fires is going to take the last games now. So yeah, if you want to see the games for yourself, you can always find the replays in the Jazz file server, which are posted on the forums as well in the official Red Alert Global League information thread, or the result thread, so you can just watch everything for yourself. Also, there's a lot of games there, good games that are not casted, obviously. There's just so many games for the league. So yeah, that's the Friday cast for this week. So my name is SoScared. Thank you for watching.